Hello, today I'm going to show you how we can use the Metaverse app to create an experience that will help people learn different English words. Today we're going to focus on belief, and so the first thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to have a character scene, which is the default one they already give us, and we're going to want to tell the user what they're in for. So we'll start by saying, hey, and this hot link, if you type it exactly how I've typed it, $, frilly bracket, username, in frilly bracket. When you save it, it will turn red, and that way it will be a hot link, so it'll show the username when they're interacting with it. Okay, so we have hey username. Let me see. Today I'll show you how to how to say the word belief. And so I save it, and as you can see, the username is turned red. So now our user, they know what they're in for. Now I'm going to pick my favorite character so far, the teddy bear. And so next thing we need to do is we need to add an action. This action is basically going to be the user's response. They have to click on this button and able to move on to the next screen. So we'll say, great, teach me how to say belief. Okay, and so now at this end part we're going to say transition to scene, but we have a problem. I don't have any extra scenes. We can resolve that problem very easily by going to add new, then character scene again, and you'll see why in a moment. And then we click back on this one. We click on this red part actually, and then we go to transition to scene, and then we select scene 2. Now you can see this arrow leads over to it, and now we have scene 2. So now in scene 2, what we're going to do is we're going to teach the student, well, I guess in this case it's a teacher-student relationship, so sure, it'll teach the student or the user how to say the word. So to say, or I'll say, okay, yeah, that's fine. So to say the, you know what? I'll say you say can say the word belief by saying the 2 words be and leaf. Now, in my experience, I like to, whenever I'm teaching a word, I always like to break it down, and I always like to bring it into a word that's more familiar. In the case of belief, I imagine that everyone knows a bee, the little yellow and white insects that sting you and it hurts, and then leaf, which they fall from trees. So when you bring it down to this simpler form, hopefully the idea is that the person trying to learn the word will be able to associate this tougher word with 2 simpler words, or however many words, however many syllables the word you're trying to teach is. In the case of belief, it's only 2, so we only need 2 words. So I save that, and I save the response, and so now I'm going to change the image from the lovable teddy bear into a custom card that I created. I created it in Photoshop, but you can create it anywhere. You can create it in a Word document, a Google document, even a text form. As long as they're able to see the word, then they should be able to follow along, so to speak, in a visual format. So now I'm going to put a button in here. The point of this button is that it will allow the person learning the word to look at the word however long they want to. So until they press this button. So I'll say, okay, I can say belief. Or I'll say I'm ready to move on. And to reinforce the idea of courtesy being the best policy, thank you. I'm ready to move on. And once again, we'll have this button transition to another scene once I create it. But yes, the whole point of this button is that it's going to allow the scene to stay there however long the student wants to look at the word. So now all we have to do is put in one last scene. We just simply can congratulate them on learning a new word. So, well, I'll keep it a lot simpler. So I'll say, now you know how to say belief, comma. Well, I'll actually make it even simpler than that. So, from now on, when you see the word belief, say the words belief. Good. Well, I'll actually put the good job at the beginning because I think it's better to, reinforce the positivity early on. So good job. From now on, when you see the word belief, say the words belief. And I'm going to go ahead and switch it back to the bear. Just simply because the bear lets them know that they've completed the lesson, so that way they're not wondering, oh, is the lesson still going on? So, okay, we save the text, we add this last button, and then we simply say, thank you very much. Goodbye. Once again, the button puts the control in the user's hands. It allows them to stay here and read everything as long as they like. And by putting goodbye, the idea is that they'll know once they click the button, then the lesson will be over. But if you'd like to reiterate that, you can always put in lesson in brackets or just in lesson in the button. So, okay. With this being said, it's time to test out the lesson. So, let me test it on my phone. And first, we need to find the bear. Hello, Caleb Bailey. Today, I'll show you how to say the word belief. Let me click the button. You can say the word belief by saying the two words, belief. Good job. From now on, when you say the word belief, say the words belief. And there you go. So that is a very functional way how to show people, or how to create experience that will show people how to pronounce words. If you'd like to give the student or the user, if you'd like to give them the object, you can always put in a action that will give them whatever graphic that you created for the lesson. In fact, I'll likely end up doing that in another version of this video. But I hope that gets the point across, and thank you very much for your time.